My brother used to really like the Pixies when I was a kid.
Fight Club. Classic.
Dude, Fight Club is so classic, bro. Like, let's just
Dude,
why don't we start up and then let's talk about some like classic movies. I want to I want to talk about a few things first.
It's one of those movies though, bro, that's like once you figure out what's going on, it's such a fucking mind fuck. You're like, wait, this has been going on the whole time?
Yes, it has. And just like that, this is the Shedtime Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shedtime. What is Shedtime, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shedtime's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shedtime Podcast.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Shedtime Podcast. And we are feeling like kicking back, watching movies, getting stony baloney, eating snackies, because that's what you do when you shed time with the Shedtime crew. And yes, Fight Club is definitely one of those movies we would be putting on and vegging out and watching, because like James just said in the opening, 100% one of those movies that once you understand what's going on, it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, and then you go back and you go back and watch it the second time and you start putting fucking shit together. You're like, oh.
Like, how was I this fucking dumb?
How am I that fucking stupid? It's all right here. They're literally putting it right in front of your face.
Fight Club was definitely one of those movies for me that did that for sure. And like, I was so into that movie, and not because like I'm like a person that would want to like be in a fight club or like any of that stuff. I just thought it was cool. The acting was like really cool. The story was fucking crazy.
The writing was
then as it started
fantastic.
to like go further and further, and you're like, okay, wow, these guys are really gonna do all this. And then when you find like that actual thing, like I'm not gonna be super concerned about ruining any of these movies because there's a couple
Fight
of them
Club's been out for 2 decades now, bro.
Easy, dude. I feel like it came out in like 2000. It's probably like 20 years old, bro. So like, if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. But yeah, just like the way that it's all shaken out, and you're like, yo, what the fuck? And it like blew my mind, right? And another movie that did that for me, and it was the same thing. I enjoyed so much of the movie the whole way through.
1999, Chris. That's your answer. Fight Club was 1999.
So it's 26 years old this year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So even longer. If you haven't seen it, like that's on you. That's fucking 4 decades ago now at this point. Like the 90s is 4 decades ago from where we are right now. That's crazy, first of all. But another movie that did that to me, heavy, was The Sixth Sense, man. I fucking love that movie. I was like feeling that whole movie. Like I enjoyed it. It was like kind of not scary, but like it was like sort of scary.
Because it's one of those ones, bro, where it's like the whole time I'm thinking the kid's like the ghost or some shit, you know, where it's like I think he's the one that's got this fucking thing going on. And then all of a sudden you get to the end and you find out that it's Bruce and you're like, what the fuck? It's just like,
oh, dude, I had to rewatch that movie because I didn't even believe what happened.
Yeah.
And even after I watched it the second time, I was like,
it's just done so
this dense, bro.
It's just done so well, bro, that like you don't even notice that no one's really talking to him.
Yeah, no,
you know, like no one's directly. The only person ever directly talking to him
is
fucking yeah. And it's crazy that you don't ever put that together through the entire fucking movie, bro. I kind of want to watch it again now because I haven't seen it in so long. I want to see if I could fucking figure out where like the little dusts of, hints start dropping. You know what I mean? Because they're obviously not going to do it from the get, but as the movie goes, they're going to start adding little things here and there that if you're like really, really paying attention, I'm sure you could pick up on it, you know?
Well, so I've watched it like maybe like I literally, because I remember I got it and it was either I rented it on DVD or I like borrowed it from a friend or I watched it at a friend's house and then I borrowed the DVD and I watched it like almost right back. It was like the next night I watched it again and I knew the ending. And I was like trying to like find little pickup spots. I'm like, oh, well, is it in it? And honestly, dude, it took me watching it like a few years later to like pick up more. I needed to like remove myself a little bit because I was so lost in everything that happened. And I'm like, I got fooled so bad.
Well, it's
And
because
I
those
went
types of
back and
movies are
watched
so
it, and it was
nuanced,
like,
bro. You know what I mean? Like they're so like detail oriented about certain things, but also not giving you enough detail to give away the overall story. You know what I mean? So it's like they're so in depth, but also leaving you kind of blind to exactly what's going on at the same time, which is kind of a trip.
oh, it's definitely a trip. And like, I don't know how, like, I don't know how many people would have known what was happening and weren't surprised at some point in either of those movies. Because, and like, maybe that's the thing, but because in Fight Club, so different than in The Sixth Sense, in Fight Club, like, you see people interacting with Tyler Durden.
Mm-hmm.
And like Edward Norton, which I can't remember what his name is. Obviously, it was Tyler Durden, but like, I don't remember what his name was in the fucking movie. And like, you'd honestly think that there was people interacting with both of them. But then if you rewatch it, there's never a point where both of them are being acknowledged at any point.
Not only that, but they're never both on screen at the same time.
Oh, maybe. You know what?
I don't think they're ever
I feel
shown
like they had
together on
conversations,
screen. Yeah,
maybe
but
not
it's
in front
never
of other
them.
people.
They'll have conversation, but they'll only show either Brad Pitt or Edward Norton. They never showed both of them in the same frame together, I don't think.
Oh, no, they did. They fought. Remember?
But when they're interacting with other people,
Yeah, when other people are there, yes. I think that
when they're together, let me clarify. Yeah, obviously when it's just them two, that's just him having the fucking, the battle in his brain of whatever's going on. And obviously they're just playing it out for us as the viewers, but literally that's all his internal shit going on. But like, if you notice, like whenever there's like interactions with other people, they never show both of them together. I don't think. And maybe, I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I'm pretty sure the only time you see them together is like you're saying when when it's just Edward and Brad talking, I may be wrong. I don't know.
Well, I don't even remember ever like Helena Bonham Carter was never in the same spot with both of them either.
Yeah.
So here's the thought, right? Is Tyler Durden, in fact, a schizophrenic personification? So, in that vein, we would argue Edward Norton's character does physically see Tyler Durden, even though it's his, you know what I mean?
Does.
Like,
yeah, well, that's kind of back to the point of like, well, yeah, he sees him when he's talking to him and when it's just them two, but nobody else around them sees him. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And
I think that's kind of what I was trying to make the point of is like when he's interacting with others, nobody else sees that he's there. You know what I mean? But whenever he has like that sort of internal monologue sort of situation, that's when, I don't know. It's kind of they're just
obviously
fucks,
none of us read the book.
Oh, fuck no.
I honestly didn't even know there was one. Actually.
Book?
Yeah. Well, that was the interesting thing,
no idea.
right? Like, unlike a lot of the book movies of that classic era, right? Like, they were adapted from like Stephen King and things like that, and they were, proud about that. Fight Club was an obscure book, and they just took it and adapted it for film. And so it wasn't a situation where most of us knew when it came out that this was an adaptation of a book. It was only when people who had read the book prior were like, oh, fuck, they made a movie about that. Cool. And you ended up running into that one weird friend that read the book, and you're like, wait, there's a book?
Yo, you know what's crazy, dude? I've never looked at this before, but we were talking about it, we're like saying Edward Norton's character, right? And I'm like, what the fuck was his name, anyways? And like, it doesn't even say it for the top cast. It says Brad Pitt, Tyler Durden, Edward Norton, narrator.
Yeah.
So like, they don't even say his name. Or like maybe they do, and I just never noticed. But like when he gets like fired from his job,
Never
or when
has
he
a
like
name.
quits his job,
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
name him. He is
fucking
Tyler
crazy.
Durden. The
That's
idea
so
is that
crazy.
Fight Club uses a stream of consciousness writing style that gives readers a more intimate experience of the main character's thoughts. Readers must decide what is real and what is not, similar to a schizophrenic narrator. So, quite literally, Edward Norton's character is schizophrenic.
Is yeah, and he
And-
is just Tyler Durden. Like that
and
is
we're
his actual
getting
name.
and we're getting that full stream of consciousness experience through the whole movie, because literally you're getting every unfiltered odd thought. You know, like think about the I am Jack's, seething rage, and I am Jack's whatever, like all those little quips that he uses, like those are literally just that inner monologue of weird thought. It's genuinely an incredible piece of writing and an incredible piece of film. And now I want to watch Fight Club really bad.
Me too. not
Dude,
gonna
honestly,
lie.
so like there's some movies, and maybe it's not just because like Brad Pitt's in them or whatever, but like even something like 12 Monkeys, right? Like I remember when I watched that movie when it like first came out, it like blew my fucking mind, dude. I should probably rewatch that movie at some point. So I don't think that I probably watched that in 15 plus years. And like he's in that, but like Bruce Willis is also in that. So like I, we've just mentioned, the actors that are in these movies, but like that's another fucking crazy one, dude. Even like Fifth Element, or
Dude,
I
Fifth
need-
Element is so good, bro.
there's actually a lot of really really good movies. I think that like came out from like the mid '90s to like the mid
Yes.
2000s.
Natural Born Killers.
Well, dude, Pulp Fiction I think came out in like '94 and '95.
Yeah.
That movie
Oh.
I haven't seen in a while, and I fucking love that movie, dude. Even Kill Bill, dude, I love Kill Bill. And that must have came out in that time frame also.
Speaking of years, I just wanted to point out that we were talking about both Fight Club and Sixth Sense, and their mind-blowing aspects of each film. They both came out in 1999 also.
Yo, that's crazy. I would have
Sixth
thought
Sense
that
was
Sixth Sense was a
October.
bit newer.
Or no, Sixth Sense was August, and it was October for Fight Club. But like Natural Born Killers was 94. We were talking about Four Rooms, I think in the last episode, right? And that I believe was also 94.
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers is 94. I was just talking about that movie with my wife earlier today.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction came out in '94 also.
Yep. So like there's some classic wild movies from that era.
I would 100% agree.
I'm trying to think of some more that are some of my favorites from that time frame.
Dude,
'Cause,
another
like,
one from that time frame that I really fucking liked a lot. And like one of the guys is heavily canceled now. But dude, Seven
Seven.
with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. It's like the one that's got like that real famous line. It's like, "What's in the box?" And he was like, his wife's head is in the box.
I don't remember anything about that movie.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Did I
dude,
somehow-
I
Kevin
know that clip,
Spacey-
but I've never seen the movie.
Kevin Spacey's like this like psycho, like killer slash mastermind psychopath guy, and Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt are like agents trying to catch this guy. It's a fucking incredible movie.
I'm gonna say, seeing the cover of the movie, I vaguely remember now. Yeah, 1995.
Dude, I love that movie. It's super good.
1995 for that movie. It's a young Brad and a still young Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, like young, much younger Morgan Freeman, that's for sure. Yeah, dude, that movie was fucking. It was a good ass movie, man. I'd highly recommend anybody that's not seen that to see it.
Yeah, as I often like to, look at when we talk about these kind of things is some of the ratings of these movies, right? And like out of a 5 stars with Google, it's averaging 4.6. So fans love it. IMDb, who's usually, pretty tough, 8.6 out of 10
For 7?
for 7. Yeah.
Yeah, so Fight Club's 8.8. So put that into the same scale. And it's like
Yeah.
it's a fucking good movie, man.
Rotten Tomatoes says 84% for 7. So like even Rotten Tomatoes rates it pretty highly. Like, and we all know they're like aggressive.
Yeah, acting's good in it. I mean, I obviously understand why Kevin Spacey's canceled, but he was a good actor.
That's an interesting thought too, right? Like it's something I struggle with a little bit sometimes, but separating the person from the art. You know what I mean? Cuz like it's still a great movie regardless of what we know about one of the actors, right? And like it's something that I struggle with all the time because obviously like there's a lot of music out there, a lot of awful musicians. I mean, hell, we all know about Bill Cosby, and god damn it, like I still kind of want to watch the Cosby Show once in a while.
Fucking R. Kelly, bro.
Absolutely.
You know how many fucking R. Kelly songs banged back in the day that you can't bump anymore?
Yeah. Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people like no MJ. It's
But
like
it's hard too.
The whole bad boy era, bro.
I'm actually able to do it pretty good. I can like look past whatever they've done because like I don't like them as a person. I don't know them as a person. I like the things that they've been a part of, like the work that they put in. I mean, I don't think that that makes me a bad person. So like I'm cool with it, right? Like, dude, one of my favorite movies, maybe ever, it'd probably be in my top 5 movies of all time, is The Usual Suspects. And Kevin Spacey's in that. And he was fucking brilliant in that fucking movie, dude. That whole movie is an incredible movie. Have you guys ever seen that movie?
no.
The Usual Suspects? Yeah. I'm not going to say a single word about it. Just if you ever have the opportunity to watch it, absolutely watch it and know that it's like one of the 5 best movies that I've ever seen. Like
Really?
that should be enough for you to give it a try.
I mean,
Yeah, dude. And you'll recognize a ton of people in it. And it's from 1995, dude. 1995 was a crazy fucking year.
no, like literally, I just went back into Google because I still had 7 open in Google, and I knew it had suggested The Usual Suspects as a movie that if you liked 7, see this. And hey, might
Yeah,
even
it's
be
got
able to
like
watch
Gabriel
it.
Byrne, Stephen Baldwin, Benicio del Toro, Kevin Pollock,
At this moment,
Pollock.
if you've got Amazon Prime Video, you can watch it. If you got Max, you can watch it. If you got
dude.
I would highly recommend
Hulu,
anyone watches
so
it.
yeah, like
You know what I watched this weekend? I think we talked about it before on the podcast, but remember how we were saying just like there's not any good comedies coming out anymore, really, or just like any of those like fucking bro comedies from back
Like
in the day that we all
good
used to like,
classic
just
style,
dumb,
yeah.
just dumb comedy movies. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. I wouldn't say it's like the funniest fucking thing I've seen, but I was definitely laughing through the movie. It's Let's Start a Cult. It's Stavros Halkias' new movie that he stars in and wrote. And it's just a dumb fucking comedy, bro, where he just literally just plays like a dumb, fat, idiot dude, you know what I mean? And just fits the part. And it's honestly like, I will say this, don't go into it expecting some sort of amazing fucking story plot and like that sort of thing. Just go into it expecting that it's just gonna be some dumb, funny humor,
Yeah, just go into
and
it,
you're gonna
expect to be
fucking like,
entertained.
yeah, and I think you'll like it, dude.
You're not gonna think or be wowed by special effects.
I was laughing pretty hard. There's some stuff that happened in it that was just like, dude, that's pretty fucking hilarious. And then there's some shit that I was like, okay, I think you just did that because you're like, fucking, I'm making a movie. I want to do this in a movie, sort of thing.
Yeah, the brief overview you get off of Google says, after missing out on a long-awaited mass unaliving, do that for the YouTube algorithm, an obnoxious cult member teams up with his former leader to gain a new following.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
ridiculous, dude.
it definitely sounds like a ridiculous premise. Just looking like at the pictures as I, scroll through what it's showing, there definitely seems to be some quite odd hilarity ensuing in different points. I might have to give it a go.
Yeah,
I might have
it's
to
on
give it
Hulu,
a go.
I think. I
Yeah,
watched
we
it
got
this week.
Oh, and if you got Disney Plus Premium, because it shares the Hulu content, you can also get it there, which I think we do. So I might have to look into that.
Oh, and also, I went to the fucking saw Santino last night.
Oh
Good
yeah,
old
dude. How
Andrew
was that?
Santino, dude.
Well, yeah, I haven't
It
heard
was
that.
well. First off, let me just say this: I fucking hate LA, bro.
Okay. I
I
believe that.
do not like it down there, bro, at all. The fucking traffic is beyond ridiculous, dude. Like it's stupid. It is so dumb, dude. Like so first, dude, I was hyped all day, right? Super stoked. Came home right after work, got fucking showered up, cleaned up, fucking jumped in the car, and I asked my dad, I was like, "Well, hey, do you want to grab something now, or should we grab something to eat now, or should we wait till we get down there?" And he's like, but we'll just wait till we get down closer, and we'll just pull off and grab something before we get to the fucking club or whatever." Well, all right, fuck it. So we just get on the road and we're fucking driving down there, and we get like right by where the club is. I'm like, well, shit, I have to fucking pee. And we're like 10 minutes away from the fucking club. I could not fucking hold it, bro. So I had to fucking pull off, take a piss, and then we try to get back on the fucking freeway. Almost missed the fucking exit because traffic's so fucked. And then when I get on, I end up fucking passing the club because we're like, oh, well, here's the club. Let's go see if there's some fucking food or something down this way. End up fucking driving and getting back onto the 405, which was completely just gridlocked, bro. It was going like 2 miles an hour. And dude, what really made me upset, bro, is I perfectly planned it to where we would be down there an hour before fucking the doors open. So we'd have plenty of time to get food and all this stuff. Well, that ends up getting fucked, bro, because we end up sitting in traffic to do a loop. I have to go up and get off on another exit to loop back on to get back on the other side to go head back down to the club. And it was 0.5 miles to get to the exit. It took us almost half an hour to fucking make that half-mile loop. And killed pretty much all the time we would have had to like really stop to get food. So we just literally just fucking found somewhere to park right by the club. And, dude, you should have
How
heard
much
me,
was that,
dude?
bro?
Well, no, I'll get to that. But you should have heard me motherfucking the world, bro.
Oh,
Sitting in this fucking traffic, bro. Fuck, dude. We better not be fucking late. This is so fucking stupid. I'm never coming down here again. This is so. I was so pissed, bro, for like a good like 5 minutes. Just like yelling. I felt bad for my dad because my dad's just sitting there just having to listen to me fucking just bitch, bro. And he's trying to be helpful, trying to find some other spots on his phone. He's trying to do it through Siri, but Siri's not fucking working. So he's just like over there just yelling at his phone. Food near me, restaurant near me, fucking thing, food near me. And he's just, and I'm like, just like fucking overload. So I just finally just pop open the old glove box, grab the old Stizzy pod, bro, and just take like 3 or 4 fucking rips. And within 2 minutes, bro, wasn't even upset anymore. Fuck. Well, Way says we're gonna be there by 6:17. We'll have 15 minutes before the doors open. Hopefully, shit works out. We ended up getting there, and I'm not sure how much food was, Chris, because they didn't have food, but they had some dude just sitting right next to like the little bar setup that they had, selling slices of pizza.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was all right pizza. Wasn't that great. But
So
dude,
what time did you actually get in there at?
we got there in time. We ended up we stood in line out front for like 5-10 minutes before the fucking doors opened.
Did you have to pay like a bunch of money to park?
No, we just parked on the fucking street. And
Okay.
walked to the club. Found a place we didn't see any sign that said we couldn't park here. Fucking locked it up, crossed my fingers. Hopefully no one breaks into it. Went to the fucking show. On the way back, I'm just sitting there. Well, hopefully my car's there. My dad's like, well, yeah, otherwise we're fucked. But anyway, we go, dude, this club, it didn't even really look like a building. It had walls, but like the roof just looked like it was like a tarp or something. Dude, the fucking bar outside, like when you're walking up, just smelled just like completely like cat piss, bro. It was so
Oh.
bad. It was bad, dude. I'm like, oh, this is fucking terrible. And we get in there and he only had one dude open up for him. He did like, I don't know, 15, 20. Pretty funny dude. And then Santino comes up, dude, and he just killed it, bro. I'm curious on how much I heard at the show that is in his new upcoming special, or if this is all new stuff that he's just trying out to get ready for when he goes on his next fucking run. Because he was getting ready to record a special, I think like tomorrow or the day after.
I would imagine you would have got pretty close then. I can't imagine you completely flip everything up. Like,
yeah,
if you like going to do like an album tour and you're playing nothing off that album, I feel like you definitely would.
but yeah,
heard
like
some
as
good
far as
jokes
like
from it.
the venue, I don't know how many shows I'd really go there. Like if it was somebody that I really wanted to see, I might go back, but like I don't know, dude. We sat in like the cheapest plastic chairs that like the backs, like if you put your weight on it, like you could feel it fucking bowing.
Oh,
It's like,
damn.
oh, dude, these are fucking uncomfortable, bro.
Well,
But dude, I had like
it's a
3
gimmick
beers,
for them.
3 beers and like a couple shots of whiskey for free, so can't complain.
Yeah,
And
that's
sat there and
uh,
laughed my ass off.
That's the whole aesthetic for that place is like jam in a van. So like it's like a backyard party thing.
Oh, dude, the one bummer though was one time I went to get up to go grab a beer, like right before Santino's set, and right as I get up to start walking down, like the aisle, like they fucking had the chairs so close together, bro. You had like no space to walk in front of people, and apparently the dude next to me had his drink, had one of his extra drinks on the floor because they'd give you 2 at a time because the cups were so small, and I fucking kicked his drink over. I was like, fuck. Like, oh, don't worry, man. I'll bring you one back, which meant that I couldn't bring one back for my dad.
Oh,
So I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, well, hey, you want this beer? He's like, no, it's all right. And then like in the middle, like 2 minutes into Andrew's set, my dad just gets up and walks out, goes and grabs a beer. Dude, the funniest part about it, bro, is I think my dad was probably the oldest dude in the crowd.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Because it's just like all people around my age.
Like a lot of people. In
Yeah,
their
like
30s and
or
shit.
like in our age range. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
My dad's
Yeah,
in his
yeah.
60s, bro. Like,
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I could
but
I
dude,
could see
you
that.
can hear my dad laughing over everybody. That was fun. It was awesome. Dude, the funniest part, bro, is like, okay, I don't want to say I won't say the fucking joke or whatever. But like there's at one point fucking Andrew made a joke where like the punchline had something to do with Jack Harlow. You guys know who Jack Harlow is, right?
Yeah, I do.
And he says it, and my dad laughs like he knows exactly who the fuck he's talking about, right? And like I kind of like look at my dad, I'm like, wait, you don't even fucking know who that is. And then like he brings it up like later on in the set as like a callback. He like says Jack Harlow's name, and then my dad leans over. He's like, "Who's Jack Harlow?" Like, what the fuck? You laugh at the perfect time with the punchline being Jack Harlow, not knowing who the fuck he like. Why were you even laughing?
That's actually hilarious. Hey,
But dude, it was, honestly, bro, it was fun, dude. I like going out and just like hanging out with my dad because we, like on the drive, we listened to 2 different episodes of Rogan. One was about fucking UFOs and shit, and then one was about like I don't know, bow hunting and other shit. So me and my dad are just sitting there listening to that, and then talking about different shit like in between, and then we usually go out and like go fucking catch movies and shit here and there. And I didn't think about it too until like I was literally getting ready to leave. Because like when I bought the tickets, I just only asked my dad if he wanted to go. My mom was just sitting right there. Didn't even think to ask. And then I'm sitting there getting ready to go to this thing. And I look over at my mom. I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of an asshole. I didn't even think to ask if you wanted to go. She's like, oh no, it's okay. She's like, honestly, I don't want to go. I don't want to drive 2 hours to go anywhere, really. It's like, so I'm just gonna sit here, watch a movie, maybe do some crafts or something.
Dude, I don't really want to drive 2 hours to do something, but I definitely will and have. The only problem is like if I have to drive 2 hours, that's not even on the island that I live on because you can't drive 2 hours here.
Oh, I could have. Trust me, I could have drove further, but I ain't trying to do that.
Well, I mean,
it was only and it only
for
took
me
that
to
long
do
because
2
of
hours
traffic, bro. Because you know how long it took us to get home? Like hour and a half.
What time did you get out? Like, what time are you heading back?
I ended up getting home by like 11.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you left at like 9-ish.
Somewhere around, because the show didn't start till
9:30?
like 7 something. They started a little late.
Did you guys get food after?
No, I just had a slice of pizza at the show.
Oh, okay.
So all I had to eat yesterday was 2 McMuffins at 10 o'clock and a slice of pizza at like 7.
Damn. 2 egg McMuffins though, they're good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Oh, and a hash brown.
I could tear up some sausage, egg, and cheese.
But to be honest, I'm not doing too much better today because as of right now, all I've had to eat was 2 double cheeseburgers for Burger King and a bowl of Lucky Charms / Honey Nut Cheerios when I got home from work.
Good choice.
Dude, so far today I ate a bowl of cereal, which you guys know I mix cereals. I ate a piece of homemade bread that I made the other day, and I wanted to double check that it was good because like it's been like 2 weeks since I fucking made it.
We're gonna talk about bread after you finish. Continue.
And then and it had butter on it. That's it. I was gonna put peanut butter, but then I was like, man, you know what? I need to see the exact taste of this bread. I'll put a little bit of butter. And then for dinner, what did we have? These pork chops. Like one day I was like looking for a recipe. I was like, yo, I need to find a way to make like pork chops in an air fryer because it happens so fast. And everything else that you normally would eat with pork chops, like it's ready in 15 minutes. So I don't want to like wait 45 minutes, an hour, and slow cook it, whatever. So dude, you take it and it's like, I'll just give you like a rough idea. It's basically you take your pork chop, you like wash your pork chop, then you dry it off, then you dip it or you kind of like put a little bit of oil on it. And then you put it into like this like rub or kind of thing. And all it is like brown sugar, ground mustard, paprika, pepper, salt, garlic powder, and onion powder, I think. That's all that there is. And you just fucking have a little bit of oil, you dip it on there, right? Then you throw it in the air fryer. You cook it for fucking like 9 minutes. Then you flip it over and cook it for like 6-7 minutes. Dude, this thing is like incredible. It's got like the almost like candy-ish outside because of like the caramelized brown sugar with all the spices. So good. That's what I had tonight. So that's what I ate today. Let's hear about bread, James.
Oh, well, and now you're making me think of what I'm gonna have for dinner. And honestly, I just remembered that we had spaghetti like a night or two ago, and there's still a big old Tupperware full. Throwing that bitch in a frying pan, bro.
I was gonna ask how you gonna reheat that.
You know, the only way you do it. But anyway, my dad, bro, has taken the sourdough journey
Oh,
as of
dude,
late.
I'm close.
Bro, he's got a starter, and dude, there was a point, bro, where every day I was coming home to him making new loaves, bro, of different shit. Like right now he's trying to perfect his like sandwich bread loaf. Because
Yeah, dude, that's what my first goal
it's
is.
slightly different than just a normal like loaf of sourdough. So like he's still dialing his recipe in to figure that out. But dude, he made like a couple loaves of sourdough, bro, and it's been pretty solid.
Dude, like the whole what we talked about it that one time. Like the whole fucking starter thing and like how it's like living and like all that.
Yeah.
I've yet to start it. I'm getting close. I thought about it again like the other day when I was making bread.
My dad just ordered one.
Oh, really?
You can like order it like a starter like pack sort of thing, and it
like a
comes with like
mother dough,
Yeah, like
so
you
to
just
speak.
like put it
like the
all
one
into
that
the
my dad
jar and
has
add
is
water or
from one
whatever.
that's been going for like over 100 years or some shit,
Oh, wow.
or like 100 years or some shit, something like that. So it's like an old school, like legit starter. Yeah, my mom just ordered it for him online or something like that.
She's like, here, make sourdough bread.
Yeah, and then she ordered him like bread bags and like little fucking stickers to fucking close them. Like he sent me over to my sister's house the other day with half a loaf of sourdough wrapped up in a bread bag with the little fucking sticker on it. He said, "Hey, make sure you take that to your sister."
Love it. Nothing says loving like something from the oven. I don't remember whose catchphrase that was, but it
I
clearly
like
has
that
stuck.
though.
Yeah. It was like it could have been Duncan Hines. I have no idea, but it was nothing says loving like something from the oven.
You can get behind that
Shit, for all I know,
100%.
it could be Easy Bake Oven commercial.
Fact. Could be. Like I just remember it being a catchphrase from like 80s, 90s
Dude, I've never heard it, but
advertising.
I like it.
You know, and that's it, right? Like it's so true. Like it makes me think of like in a world of consumerism, like I don't need more shit. But you want to bake me a loaf? That's a great gift.
Better to bake you a loaf than drop you a loaf. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, Jack.
Dude, honestly though, like if someone were to come visit me, right? You know how like sometimes like I don't know, I know that myself, like I've went to places and like while I'm there, if I'm there for like, 3, 4 days, I'll like go to the grocery store and just like grab a bunch of stuff that like everybody uses. So I'll get like some milk and some butter, some cheese, whatever, and I'll just like give it to them, put it in the fridge and just like, be on my way type shit. Um, but I like that idea. Like I should just bake people shit, bro. Because I'm still loving baking, bro. Like
Dude,
I'm
that's what my
still just
sister's
really
done.
enjoying it.
That's what my sister's done for Christmas, like for like the past like I don't know 4 or 5 years. Is just baked us all cookies.
Yeah.
And bro, I'd much rather have that than anything else, bro. Because her fucking snickerdoodles, bro, they be snickering and they be doodling, if you know what I mean.
Fact. I love me a good snickerdoodle. And I've heard nothing but great reviews about your sister's snickerdoodles.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
All of them, bro. Her chocolate chips, because like her chocolate chip cookie have a very specific flavor to them that you're not gonna get from your standard chocolate chip. Like I don't know what it is. Honestly, I think she uses like my aunt Carol's uh chocolate chip cookie recipe. So it's like an old family recipe from like way back or something. But yeah. My only dilemma right now is figuring out what I want to fill up this volcano with.
got any
Got any
baked
cookies?
good named?
Well,
I've got a couple different things going on here, dude. Because I picked up some new stuff, and I have some stuff that's been sitting here for a bit. Oh, I did pick this up, thinking it was just Granddaddy Perp, but then I don't know, maybe it is still. But this stuff's called Cam's GDP. I saw GDP and I was like, wait, Granddaddy Purple? What? Got me excited. But it's a cross between Animal Mints and Grape Pie. And let me tell you what, though, when I broke this shit up and ground it, or at least just broke into the nug, Sean, it is some of the most violet purple. It's crazy, dude. Let me see if I can show you on one of these here nugs. Because you can't really tell from the outside as much. It's got a nice darkness to it.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
Let me see
yeah.
if I can. I'm gonna just break a piece off here just so I can see if there's. It's too frosty, but focus on. Damn. It's too frosty, but like deep in there, dude, like in there, beneath the crystals, there's some deep purples.
Well, you can see some purple poking out, so I can totally imagine the inside. It's like it just breaks open. There's like tons of purple. in
Yeah,
there.
so that was a new pickup this week. I also got some Propane Valley OG. You know me, if it says OG, I want to try it. And this one's a different one I haven't seen before, so I grabbed up some of this. And then I picked up this stuff. It's called Cherry Bellini, I'm guessing. It's a cross between cherry cookies and gelato.
Ooh.
So
Like
I'm
the
kind
sound
of
of
curious
that.
on checking this out as well, because this is some new stuff to me. So maybe we'll just go with that. But here's the thing. I've also trying to get into the habit of not opening things until I have to. That way I don't have a bunch of half open bags lying around to where it's like they end up sitting and drying out. Because once you open a zip bag, they don't necessarily stay as fresh as they are when they're fully zipped. So it's like jars kind of do the same thing too. So I'm trying to get to the point where it's like finish a jar and then you can open something new. So I might just go with some more of this GDP because it's open.
See, I'm like one of those people that like I would allow myself to do that, open up the next one that I'm going to try when I might have enough for like maybe one more session of that one. And then I open up the new one and then I'll like hit that, get that new flavor and be like, oh yeah, yeah. And then I
See, but
might
then what
like go
happens
back
is
to that last one and then I'm on. And then I grind through that.
See, what ends up happening to me though is like I'll open up a new bag and be like, ooh, this stuff's really good, and then I just stick on that one until I'm down to like a little bit, and then it's like, oh, I got something else new, and let's open that up, and then I keep doing that and doing that and doing that and keep picking up new shit to where it's like I forget that I've got like half fucking bags in there that have at least like
Oh yeah.
you know what
I
I mean?
have the ability to like not let myself do that. That's
Yeah,
like one of the
see,
few things that I have any self-control
if
over.
I go and I see something new, bro, that I haven't had, I gotta have it. Of course, I've also gotten better, but I haven't been taking as many trips to the old dispensary, and I'm trying to not pick up as much shit until I finish off a little bit more of what I've got as far as like flour and stuff goes, which I didn't really do this time around because I also have these 3 jars from the last time I went. I have some Cryptochronic, some Space Gems, and some biscotti. Oh, but dude, this Space Gem, Sean, this stuff's purple as fuck too, dude. You know me, I like my purples.
Dude, I'm really upset because like today I was 2 stores down from the
gonna
dispensary
break
at the grocery store and I forgot that I have like almost no weed.
Ooh, focus.
And I didn't get any. I'm fucking really pissing myself right now.
Zoom in some more. Oops. See them purples in there now?
Oh yeah.
It's like black, dude.
Yeah.
And dude, it smells so good. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. We're going with this instead. I changed my mind. Going with this. And this is a cross between Space Milk and Sapphire.
Ooh. Space milk.
I'm
not
not
even
quite
familiar
sure
with
what that
those
is.
parents. Like, damn. getting
The,
down with some weird
The
exotics.
space milk I haven't heard of, but sapphire I have. I think it's like a Skittles cross or something because it's one of those ones that swaps the S with the Z. You know.
The Skittles, Runts, Gelatos family like has some incredible flavor palettes. It's insane. Speaking of insane, I found out some interesting news about Reese's that I thought was exciting. Reese's about to drop a peanut butter pie mini, like a little miniature cup.
Ooh. Oh, have you also seen these new lava cups that they've dropped that have like hot fudge lava in them too, where it's like there's like a layer of like chocolate, like fudge syrup
I've
stuff.
not.
Yeah, I've been seeing commercials about them a lot lately.
I'm gonna have to find that because the last, like when they did the caramel one, it was kind of underwhelming.
Honestly,
like
I don't want anything else in my Reese's cup and that except for chocolate and peanut butter. That's all I want.
I don't mind the ones that have
That's why I'm
the
getting the Reese's cup.
Reese's Pieces cup.
Well, yeah, that's
one.
different because that's also just more chocolate.
Just basically
and peanut
just candy
butter.
shell is added into the mix.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But like,
I can't think of one. I think I'm with you. I don't even like the ones that are like the Reese's like peanut butter fucking wafer chocolate bar things. I don't
no,
even
like
think
the
that those
fast
are that
I
good.
breaks
love
and
those.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't even really like those that much.
Nah, me either. Just to stand, I'm getting a Reese's because I want the peanut butter chocolate.
And
That's
it's the feeling, the mouth feeling,
Yeah.
dude. Sometimes like when you eat a Reese's cup, my mouth will like have this split second where it gets so fucking dry, and then it's like instantly just like sugar, peanut butter, creaminess, chocolate right after. It's so weird. I love it. I even find it if I put like a whole mouthful of like Reese's Pieces in my mouth, the same thing can happen. It's like just like the peanut butter
but the
does
thing,
something to my
it's
mouth,
crazy
and
though
it's like
because
all of a sudden just water works.
it's crazy how different to me that Reese's Pieces taste though compared to a Reese's cup.
That's why I don't like them.
I do, but I
I
have to.
fuck
I
with
can't.
them.
I don't really like just eating one or two. I like having like 5 or 6 in my mouth at once.
Dude, I basically so the last probably 10 times easy that I've had them have been like in the Halloween packages. And when you open it up, there's like probably like maybe 8 Reese's Pieces, 10 if you're maybe really lucky. Dude, I'll just rip it and pour the whole bag in my mouth. And I just like let it sit in my mouth for like 5 seconds. And then I'll just like slowly eat it. Dude, everything just gets so melty. Oh, it's so good. Reese's Pieces. Ugh. But I would, if you said, all right, Chris, in this hand, I have Reese's Pieces. And in this hand, I have like Reese Cups. I'd be like, I'll take Reese Cups probably 99 out of 100 times.
All right,
Here, let me ask you this real quick: Are you guys miniature cups,
No.
guys?
No.
No.
I'll eat any Reese's
Oh, bro,
product
I
except
fucks.
like I'll eat pieces, but I like won't outwardly look for them. Like Halloween bag, if I got them thrown in, I'll end up eating them. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna waste them in a taste it or waste it. I'm still gonna eat them, but they're like way bottom of my list on anything Reese's.
No, that's
Like
fair.
that's what
I mean,
excites me
the white
about this
chocolate
peanut butter
cups
pie.
are still pretty good.
Nope.
Those two.
But you guys don't like them.
Fuck that.
I love white chocolate.
fucking
Okay,
Let's
hate
go.
them.
Sean loves it. James doesn't. I actually think that they're pretty good, but I think that I would take them 5 out of 100 times. So more
They're
than Reese's
also not
Pieces.
my top picks. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick a fast break over a white chocolate Reese's.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't.
I'll pass on both.
I love the fast break, and I like the Reese's stick thing too. Like
I'm a big fan of the miniature cups when you put them in the freezer.
dude, mini cups. Like there's the mini cups, and then there's the like mini ones that they did with like
the ones that
pack.
you just bought. Yeah, those ones are okay. I prefer the other ones.
Yeah,
The only
I'd
ones
rather
that
the
are
ones that
miniature,
are
like the
foil.
ones you get at
Yeah.
like a bulk food store that were individually foiled
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Those
Yeah,
are the only
yes.
ones that I would fuck with.
those ones.
If that's what you're
That's the ones I'm talking about.
Oh, that okay, then yes, I fuck with those. I thought you meant like the ones where you get like the
No, not the one
the
that comes
ones
in
in
the
this-
bag
yeah,
where
the
they're
bag.
all no, not the unwrapped ones. The ones that come all
Okay.
individually foiled with their own little, cup. Or
yeah, and they're
whatever.
like they're maybe even taller than the ones that are
Oh,
in
yeah,
like the
they're-
full candy pack, but
yeah,
they're
they're
obviously
taller,
way
but they're
smaller.
yeah.
Okay.
But dude, those
They
things
have
out
the
of the
correct
fridge or the
ratio.
freezer, exactly.
You
They're
guys
just
want to
so
know something
fucking
that's
good.
kind of fucked up? Probably for some people, you guys should know at this point, but some people might not. In Canada, when you get a Reese cups pack, there's 3 cups in the pack.
And just the standard one?
A standard one, yeah. You get a king size, it's got 4.
Bro. Yeah,
So you
king
get-
size here has 4, but the regular one only has
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. So here you get 3.
But
in the
can you get a
standard pack.
half? But can you get a half-pound Reese's?
There's been times, yeah, like I feel like there's been like one that's like this big and it's like this thick, right? Like you're talking
I've-
about like it's like this
Like,
massive.
like,
There's been
like
times.
I'm talking like a full like 1 pound
Yeah, 1 cup.
package, and it's 2 half-pound cups. Like they're
Oh,
like
then no. We
They
had
sell
like
them
this
here.
one that was like the big cup, and it was like probably the price of maybe 5 or 6 of the 3 packs. So like you got this huge cup, but it must have been just one of those.
It's like the
Yeah.
huge chocolate kiss from back in the day.
Yep. I bought that 1 pound bar once.
It's too much.
It was the dumbest thing I ever did, and I'm glad I did it. But like, you literally had to eat that Reese's cup like you're cutting pie.
Well,
Like,
dude,
you had to
I was
cut,
just
like, a
thinking like
wedge.
at points you might have a full mouthful of the peanut butter. I'm not sure that like I need the chocolate with the peanut butter.
I could do
You know what I
just
mean?
the
If it
peanut
gets
butter,
too
but,
big, then it's like you
it would
have
just
the
be
peanut butter
overkill.
stuff.
like one piece, like one wedge in, I'd just be over it and I wouldn't want any more.
There'd have to be like chocolate halfway through. And then yeah, I agree with you, James.
No,
Like, that's
like,
just way too- I would end up hating it.
Yeah.
It
before
was
I
just a
finished it.
giant
Exactly.
Reese's cup. Like, everything was basically to scale. So like, obviously your top layer of chocolate's a little thicker because it's
Yeah,
know
but
to
so is your
scale.
peanut butter.
But exactly. But that's the thing. Like, when you cut it like a wedge, like a little piece of pie or something like that, like it was a good serving. You'd get like this like heavy overdose of Reese's, and then you could put that bitch away, and you could pick it out, a day or two later, and do it all over again. Or you could, ideally, you bring that out for like a holiday party or something.
Yeah.
This
or
way,
like
everybody
to
can
share.
enjoy.
Yeah.
And the novelty of cutting into this gigantic, oversized Reese's cup, like a real Reese's branded Reese's cup at that, not like someone that you had custom made from a chocolatier, which would be delicious, but also not the same. Although it is exciting that like you can just get a jar of Reese's peanut butter, like the Reese's filling, and just
I don't think
put it on
I've
stuff.
ever seen that, but I bet you. I always wondered why there wasn't, because
Yeah.
there's like this peanut butter chocolate spread. It was more like Nutella that I think Reese's had up here. Maybe it was somebody else, but
Yeah,
I do
I don't-
remember that.
I do, and I've had it, and it was all right. It was basically just so heavy on the chocolate, though. But I want to say that I remember seeing a Reese's peanut butter spread as well, and I don't know if they still make it. So
Well, I remember there also being. Do you remember like there was it was Smucker's, I think. They had like the peanut butter and the jelly
yeah,
in the same thing, and it was like a swirl or something
so
in
they
there.
They do. And if you really want to be a savage, friends, I'm just going to bring this up on screen. Amazon got you covered as usual. And for the low price of $29, you can get 4.5 pounds of Reese's peanut butter.
Yo, dude, that honestly though, here's the thing. If you were like a person that baked all the time, that'd be fire.
Now,
'Cause you
for
could
something
just
a
put
little.
that in. Oh man, I think about that on like maybe a shortbread crust with milk chocolate on top. Dude, that would be an amazing little square, bro.
So you could buy like a normal peanut butter jar size for, $3-4.
Oh.
So it does appear to still be on the market.
Okay, so you don't just have to buy an
Yeah, like you
absolute
don't have
tub
to
of
buy
it.
this like 5-pound jug. You're okay. You can actually get a normal size one for a reasonable price. But yeah, it is a thing that exists. Like Reese's has gone hard. Like between like they just did a sprinkles cup for like the Easter holiday. So it's got like sprinkles mixed through the peanut butter for people who are into that sort of thing. This peanut butter pie miniatures, they're gonna have little like bits of graham mixed into the peanut butter to give you like the peanut butter pie sensation. I'm also do you ever fuck with the Reese's peanut butter bar?
Peanut butter bar.
Yeah. I love these and I do grab them fairly often.
Oh no, I've never.
Oh,
even
it's like
seen
a
those.
caramel, but it's got the peanut butter inside.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I've ever had that before. But
Yeah,
that
I
looks
started finding
pretty
them, and
good.
it's exactly what you think it is, and it is delicious because you're still getting basically the same ratio. It's just in the convenient form factor of being able to just snap off a little square and throw it back,
I
or
like that. That's
be
also
a
a good
savage and just
sharing
eat it.
snack. You know what I mean? When you can break off a row, I feel like that's a good sharing snack. Be like,
Yeah,
yo,
like
can I
here's
have
3
some of
for
that chocolate
you,
bar?
3
And
for
then they'd just
you.
be like, yeah, dude, and you just hold it out, and they could break 3 off and be good.
Yep, that is a great point too.
Dude, I honestly kind of have fond memories of those kind of chocolate bars. Mainly Hershey's bar, like Hershey's chocolate bars growing up, but they were always the ones with the almonds. 'Cause that would be what my dad would get all the time.
Oh, okay.
And like it'd be like his sweet treat at the end of the night. And of course, when you're a kid, you see dad with some chocolate. Like, hey dad, can I get a piece of that chocolate bar? Can you break me off a piece? To this day, bro, I still like Hershey's bars with almonds, bro. Fire.
It's the weirdest thing, right? Because like that Hershey's chocolate, I think, is a better chocolate than the plain Hershey's.
I'm
Other
I'm
than just
honestly
like
not a
the
huge.
brown and silver bar.
Yeah, like I don't. maybe it's a psychosomatic thing.
It's just the almond
Yeah,
mixed
I
in
think
with
that
it
it's
that
just
boosts
that
it
little
up.
switch, bro.
I don't
Because like
know if
Mr.
it's
Good
that.
bars, bro, are fire.
Dude, crackles, bro.
Crackles.
I actually see. I don't like crackles, but I
Bro.
I
also
fucking
didn't like
love crackles. Crunch bars, bro.
Crunch bars. I don't really like.
I
Crunch
wasn't a
bars
huge
either.
crunch bar guy because I didn't like Nestle chocolate.
Hershey's chocolate is definitely better than Nestle chocolate. That
Where
is fact.
where is the big crackle though?
I've never seen a big crackle.
I've never seen like a full size
But dude, I'll
crackle
tell you
bar.
what, them miniature
Oh,
crackles,
really?
bro, they smack so hard.
All right,
I've seen
Google.
a crackle, Mr. Good bar, the original, cookies and cream. I've seen all those
I
in
don't
like the
like the
full
cookies and cream
size, I
either.
guess. Cookies and cream is not bad.
I love me a good cookies and
I do
cream.
not like it's that white chocolate.
My Google Foo at this immediate moment cannot identify full size crackle bars as an existing thing available to me to be able to obtain. I can get big boxes of the mini ones.
Yeah, that's weird, dude. Yeah, I've seen full size ones for sure
I
in
mean,
my life. In my life, not. We
I'm
don't even get
seeing
that up here. Like you can't buy a Mr. Good bar up here unless you get the miniature packs at Halloween.
You can still
I'm-
find
so-
a Mr. Good bar here from time to time.
So to even put this into perspective, there's a website here, Candy Warehouse. So, I mean, I can prove it does exist now. Like here is the picture, but it's sold out. Like it does not.
Yeah, see, I don't remember it like that. I remember it as like the silver foil, and then it had like the red sleeve on it.
Yeah, like that. But of course, that's the miniature.
Well, It's more like the traditional like Hershey's chocolate bar, the milk chocolate one, where you'd like slide it out of the paper, and then it would just be like a silver package.
They don't
So
do that
foil.
anymore.
so
No,
they
nothing's like that
discontinued.
anymore. But
They
I know. I was just
discontinued
thinking
it
about that. I
in
was like, damn, they don't
'97,
even do
Chris.
that anymore. Oh, the
they're
crackle?
discontinued '97. Okay.
Yep. The full size crackle was discontinued in '97.
Bummer.
Well, I was
So that's
alive
how
for
long it's been
17
since you
years,
last saw one.
Yeah. But I knew that I saw them.
Yep. And it does say that they are reintroducing it.
That's
So
weird. It was
it
actually
is going to come back.
way better than Nestle Crunch.
I
for
agree.
sure.
I
100%.
agree entirely.
And the fact that you can still get a Nestle Crunch, I assume, because like once again, that was an American chocolate bar. We didn't have those up here. I assume that
When was the last
You
time
can
you
still
seen a
get them.
Crunch bar anywhere?
Not since the ban.
the ban.
Yeah, we banned a lot of Nestle products in the United States.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't remember what the stupid reason was.
See, because like I feel like the Nestle products we get up here, they taste a bit different than the ones that you guys would get. So like a Kit Kat bar, I feel
That
like in
just-
America they taste a bit different.
It goes back to what we allow in our foods and what you guys allow.
Yeah, because like, but there's a lot of UK shit that we have that you guys don't have, and I'm assuming that that's because like there must be some reason why, like in America they won't let certain things that we do, and vice versa. Just like you're saying. Speaking of something new, have you? Or this is new to me. Have you guys ever heard of a Reese's nougat bar?
No.
Dude, it's like it looks like a Twix, but instead of the bottom being like a cookie and the middle being caramel, and it's basically the Reese's peanut butter with a little sliver of nougat at the bottom. It's like this, like it's shaped like that, and it's like nougat, and then peanut butter in the middle and dipped in chocolate. Actually, looks like I should probably try one.
I'd try one of those. I'm a big nougat guy.
Yeah, it says Reese's nougat.
So I like
Sprinkle
Milky
bar.
Ways and like Three Musketeers and Snickers and
All right, so the Nestle issue isn't actually a ban, but basically like a bunch of different boycotts that have happened around the globe for some of their different business practices. So that has a lot to do with it. It's just a lot of people being like, we don't like the way you do
remember
things.
when you used to
You're-
get those little Crunch Bite things too? They're almost like Butterfinger
Bunch of
BBs,
Crunch.
but yeah, Bunch of Crunch.
Yeah, bro. Bunch of Crunch
Those
were
are pretty
way better
fire.
than a regular
They're
Crunch
better
bar.
than a Crunch bar for sure. Because the ratio, you got more of the rice
Yeah, it's
cereal
just like
stuff
weird
that's inside.
cluster thing with some chocolate on it, and it was delicious.
It's literally, I think what's inside of it is pretty much just Rice Krispies, bro.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's practically what it is. It's just chocolate covered Rice Krispies.
Yeah, it's puffed rice is a Rice Krispie.
Yeah.
I think.
But there's
for the
something about
Bunch of
that. You put
Crunch-
that in chocolate, dude, and it just fucking works.
I mean, who like a Rice Krispie treat dipped in chocolate?
bro.
Slaps.
Snacks. Oh, dude,
Slaps.
I used to love it. Like when you'd be at like somebody's house, like that was like one of those go-to snacks that like almost every mom would like
dude.
make. And dude, some moms would like fucking like heat up like butterscotch and then a separate of like the milk chocolate chips, and then like do like a drizzle on it. So there'd be like this like drizzle of butterscotch and chocolate on the fucking shit. Some people would like actually bake it like one of my friend's moms, she used to like cut marshmallows in half. She'd make it, and then she would just like bake it in the oven for like 2-3 minutes with half marshmallows on the top, and they'd kind of melt. Oh, dude, so good.
I love
So
the
good.
ones like anybody's recipe that makes a good like marshmallow mix, but then also mixes like little mini marshmallows through it. So that way, like when it all comes together, you get that like marshmallow pockets.
Ooh, I never had that. That sounds good to me.
They make a version of it you can buy now called the home
The
style
home style,
version.
yeah. Or
It's
just,
exactly that.
Um, you know what? Other like snack. It's like it's a cross almost between a Rice Krispie treat and a chocolate bar. You guys remember the old Kudos bars?
100% I do. It was a
Those are
granola
Dude.
bar with candy dipped in
Dude.
chocolate.
They're so good, bro, because you get like a Twix one or a Snickers one
Yeah.
or an M&M's
Yeah.
one or like, bro, I used to fuck those
It's
up,
like
bro.
tiny little granola bar dipped in chocolate
Dude,
with
I
rolled in
thought they were,
M&Ms.
when I was a kid,
Oh.
I literally thought they were candy, bro.
They
I
basically
thought
were.
they were a chocolate bar.
They basically were, which is why you can't get them anymore, because it was complete deceptive marketing. They were marketing to the world as this like healthy thing for your kids, a great healthy snack. And when they looked into it,
It's
it
a
was like,
perfect
no,
thing to go in their lunch.
like
Dude, they
this
were
is quite
so
literally
fucking good,
a
bro.
Hershey's bar.
We went through boxes of those, bro.
But they slapped. They were so
You should
good.
bring them back.
I mean,
Bring
yeah,
them
like
back.
bring them back
Just
as
market
what they were.
it differently.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of marketing it differently and coming back, guys, remember Slice?
The pop.
The soda?
Yeah,
I remember it. Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't, dude.
Oh, I
haven't
didn't even
thought
know
of
that it was
sli-
gone.
Oh,
I
it's
haven't
been
thought of a
gone.
slice.
Been
And
gone
I
a
don't even
while.
remember what the logo looks like. I just remember
So,
the name.
yeah,
I think it was
It
like
just
kinda
it
like
used to just
up
say slice
the-
on it, didn't it?
Yeah, but it like went up the
It was like
can, a
diagonal.
Yeah.
Slice.
And there might have been like a fucking slice of like orange. Or
Yeah,
something.
there was like a half, like a quarter or whatever.
There's some throwback logos for you. For
Yeah,
some
there
of
you
the
go.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I remember. Okay, so these
I didn't
that
know they
was
had a
another
cola.
thing
I only
that
ever
we did
had
not
the.
have here.
I remember orange slice.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
dude, I remember
orange
the
and lemon
lemon
lime.
lime, and I remember orange. Those are the two that I remember because that would be like one of those things when we go to America, we go to the grocery store, we'd be like camping, doing
Yeah.
whatever.
That
And
would have been
that would
probably
Yep,
the last logo you
that's-
remember.
Like it was yesterday. Now that you show me, yep, that's exactly what I was
Yep.
picturing in my head.
I didn't even know that it was gone. That's so crazy.
Yeah, so Slice did get discontinued, and that was, let's see if I can get that answer real quick, late 2000s. After it was discontinued, another company bought the branding rights for Slice, and they are bringing it back this year in 2025. And
That's cool.
what's really interesting is that one of the things about the original Slice, their big thing was that they had 10% real fruit juice in their mix. So like when you were drinking your orange slice, they were using 10% real orange juice in that mix to give you some of that orange flavor. Awesome. And so it was like not a healthy soda, but kind of trying to hint at it. This new company's decided to take that notion and double down on it. And this is going to be one of these prebiotic, postbiotic type healthy gut sodas.
Oh, which by the way, I've gotten a little bit of some feedback on that the Olipop Mountain Dew variant, and supposedly it tastes more mellow yellow than Mountain Dew, which
believe
for
that.
me, I'm out.
Dude, I never liked Mellow Yellow.
It's
we don't get that here,
terrible.
but I remember when I was a kid, I was so pumped to try
Dude,
it.
the first time I was
Just
the
so
same
let
way,
down.
dude. I was like, oh, because the commercials made it look so good. And then I tried it and I was like, what is this shit? This is not what I want.
I'm pretty sure that like that was a sponsor on one of the cars, if not Tom Cruise's car in Days of Thunder. So when I was a kid, Days of Thunder was huge. And I remember when we went to the States, I was like so pumped to try Mellow Yellow. And I was like, dude, this tastes like a fucking grocery store version of Mountain Dew. Like,
Yeah,
what
it
the
was
fuck?
like
That's
I
what
was
it
kind of
is.
excited when Sundrop was coming out. I thought that was going to be something worthwhile. And when was the last time we heard something about Sundrop?
I don't think that one exists anymore either. Let's find
Even
out.
went fairly quick.
Let's see if Sundrop Soda still exists.
You know what still cracks me up is the whole Starry Sierra Mist thing.
Yeah.
With you know why they changed Sierra Mist to
Yeah,
Starry, Chris?
I do. And it's wild.
No, we don't have that up here, but why?
Sean, do you want to tell him? Because I feel like you're probably a
So
little bit more well versed in the
there's
story.
there's an internet personality named Sierra Mist. And she's had the name her whole life and was able to successfully win in a court of law against Pepsi about the use of her name.
Wow.
And as a result, Pepsi had to completely change the name of their product.
Yo, that's crazy.
I will
When
say
did
this
Mellow
isn't
Yellow come out? Or not Mellow Yellow, Sierra Mist come out?
in the 2000s.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, okay.
Let's see. When did Sierra Mist come out?
See, I feel like that was one of those ones that's just like always around.
1999. It was
yeah.
launched.
That was Pepsi's first step into the lemon lime soda game.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's a Pepsi product.
So it's not the first time that Pepsi's made some funny missteps, though, because there was the fighter jet incident,
The
and
fighter jet incident.
yeah. So you remember the Pepsi Points program back in the 90s and early 2000s, Chris?
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I don't.
So
I think I know. I've heard about this story.
so basically, you would earn points by drinking Pepsi, and you could collect these points, log them into the website, and if you earn enough points, you would be able to, get these different prizes, right? Well, the top tier prize was a fighter jet, and they set some like, I think it was like 1 million point thing as like the number, figuring there's no fucking possible way anybody's ever going to hit that number. We're safe. And if anyone ever does, they'll understand it's supposed to be a joke. Well, some smart person saw the commercial and went, let me do some math. And he did the math, and he figured out what it was going to take in order to obtain that many points to get a fighter jet. And he went through the lengths it would take him to obtain enough Pepsi products in order to hit this 1 million point mark. And in doing so, called Pepsi on their bluff.
And then what happened?
Well, naturally, a huge legal battle is what happened. And Pepsi had to settle and, if I recall, pay this dude out something ridiculous or get him a plane. I can't remember what it was immediately offhand. But if you want the full answers, there's an actual documentary on Netflix called Pepsi, Where's My Plane? Or Where's My Plane, Pepsi? And it like tells the whole story in detail, interviews the kid who did it, everything. And he's basically, I just did it to fucking see what'll happen.
It's crazy because that just like reminded me of like that kind of shit happens all the time where people will like do like these, but it happens at like sporting events quite often, especially like basketball games where they'll do like these $10,000 half court shots or whatever. Well, they won't end up paying people out on those things because they'll start calling technicalities and stuff. Like there's this one I seen not too long ago where this guy makes the half court shot, bro. But the fucking company or whoever's supposed to pay out the money was saying it didn't count because his foot was over the line. But in the video, you could clearly tell that there's no way to see if he is even over the line because the team's logo takes up the entire middle of the half court to where you can't even see the half court line at that specific point. So it's like, how can you say his foot was over it when you can't even see the line? Dude, it was like a whole thing, and I don't think they ever ended up paying the dude out.
That's crazy, dude. They're never even that huge. It's like the highest thing I've ever seen is like 50K. You can't pay out 50K? The hell?
Well, I'm sure they
Seems-
can, but they don't want to, Chris. That's
No,
the
no,
whole
but that's what I'm
point.
saying. Like, you can't even fucking do that. Like, what are you even fucking having it for? Doesn't even, it only gets people hyped when people hit it. Like, you know what I mean? Seems so dumb on whoever was putting that up. That's crazy. I found the jet thing though. It's where's Pepsi, where's my jet?
Yeah, and I was wrong.
It's a
He
4-part series, by the way.
he did not win that case. They did rule in Pepsi's favor. But yeah, basically what he figured out was that it would they advertised it would be 7 million Pepsi points, and he calculated that he could buy enough points for $708.50
To get a jet.
just to attempt it and see what happens.
Well, I got it queued up. I'll watch that.
It's a fun watch. Like I said, it's been a while since I watched it. As you can tell, I don't remember all the details. But yeah, interesting story.
Dude, there's this new cool documentary I want to watch that I think's on Amazon Prime. It's called The Program. It looks pretty fucking sick. I was listening to what's his name? James Fox. I think he's the guy that directed or whatever. But it's all about like fucking like the whole UFO disclosure and like the like task force like behind like these UFO sightings and stuff. It's supposed to be pretty fucking crazy. You're supposed to have some pretty sick footage and some new people coming out and telling stories about what they've witnessed and may have seen or whatever, heard or that type of stuff. That sounds interesting as fuck, dude. Because he did one a while back about did you hear about that the alien situation that happened down in Brazil, Sean? And like
I mean, I've heard of
Virginia?
several, but is there like a new one or
No, it's just one from back in the day that he just did some investigation into and ended up putting out like another documentary on that I can't remember the fucking name of at the moment. I think it was in Virginia, Brazil, or something like that. I might be saying the name wrong, but it's where like these people actually saw like biological alien beings and
is this one with the children
yes,
in the school?
yes.
Yes. I'm
And
familiar
the cop
with the
that
story.
handled one and ended up dying from some sort of bacterial and disease of some sort.
There's weird time slip phenomenon that goes on in these stories
yeah, and then
where
somehow the U.S. gets involved and other
Yeah.
things. And
I have heard many different people tell these stories of this and a bunch
I
of
think
different
there's more
documentaries.
to like that story in this new thing too.
That's interesting because it is one of the more interesting stories. I mean, yes, some of our eyewitnesses are children, but some of our eyewitnesses are adults. So yes, kids have really imaginative, minds, and that's where it is expected that there are a lot of the inconsistencies between the kids' stories. But then beyond that, you also have other adult witnesses who are corroborating things, and it becomes a very
When you
very
actually have the
interesting
mayor of
story.
the city saying coming out and talking stuff about it, because I believe like even the mayor of that city in Brazil was like saying coming out and saying stuff about something happening or whatever. But yeah, dude, it sounded interesting as fucking you just talking about that one. Refresh my memory of that, which is gonna make me put it in my queue so I could watch that later.
There's some good ones out there.
Oh,
There's
you
some
know
good
what?
ones out there.
This one's actually kind of funny, but I don't know if you guys have seen. There's something on Netflix called Dirty Pop. Have you guys ever seen that?
Is
No.
it all about that guy from back in the day that did all the boy band stuff?
Yeah, dude.
I've heard about it. I've never. I didn't watch. Haven't watched it.
Wait,
though.
is this like a Lou Pearlman documentary?
I think so.
Yeah,
Is this exposing Lou Pearlman now?
I think so.
No, dude. Like he was exposed
Or-
a long time ago, but they talk and tell the story of it, and then there's like some of the people they were like, I'll say involved, but like I think that were affected slash benefited from the whole like Lou Pearlman or not. Was that his name?
Yeah.
Louis Pearlman. Yeah.
In Sync and all those kids.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I watched the first episode like a week ago, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude? How did I never hear about any of this shit, dude?" I was so oblivious to that like type of music at the time that I had no idea that number one, NSYNC and fucking Backstreet Boys were like actually incredibly relevant at the same time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I didn't even know that. I thought that like NSYNC was like way later and like it was like, but it was the New Kids on the Block. I don't know. I got lost in all that. But dude, I had no idea that dude or this company, whatever, how much fucking of the music that I'd actually like heard of the bands that he was the one that founded it. So like I didn't know that the same dude put together NSYNC as the Backstreet Boys, as O Town, as
Yep.
fucking LFO, as
Yep.
like
Dude,
dude,
he
there's
had
a
the
ton of
formula,
people.
bro.
Yep.
Dude, it's so crazy. But yeah, the dude was like the biggest fucking scam or fraudster, dude. Like
Yeah.
he was I couldn't even believe it. He was like almost living the life of like Leonardo DiCaprio. Remember when he's like doing all
Yeah.
the scams, bro? Like Catch Me If You Can. It was like
That's
almost like
a
that,
true
bro.
story too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't understand
Yeah.
how people can do that. Like when I watched it, so I watched the second episode today of that New Kids on the Block thing or
those are
whatever.
just those
Not New
pe-
Kids
those-
on the Block, the 30 Pop. And bro, I was like, how could people do this? Like, how could you on it? Like, because at least the one with Leonardo DiCaprio was a kid, right? It was like a young dude. Like he
there's
wasn't even 20 years old or nothing like
there's
that.
plenty
Right?
of people out in this world, Chris, that only think about themselves, bro.
Yeah, no,
They could give two fucks about you, me, their mom. They don't give a fuck, dude. As long as they're getting ahead.
yeah, I guess it's really
That's how you
hard
end up with
to get in
people
that
like Puff Daddy
headspace.
or Diddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yes. That's a fact.
like narcissists with fucking drive. Those
Scary
are scary
thing.
people.
But honestly, the craziest part about it is usually some of those types of people are usually most successful.
Oh well, that's probably very true.
Well, how do you think all these stories come out and a lot of these people share these same traits?
Well, I mean,
Well, the
There's-
one
there-
thing though
there's-
that I will say about this guy is like he, as much of a scumbag, obviously, as he ended up being, like it seemed like everyone's interactions with him were so good. Like there was not a single person that I've seen so far,
Oh,
and like I've seen
you could
tons
still
of
be
stars, whatever.
like a pretty decent hang and be a shitty ass person. You know what I mean?
Oh well,
It's just-
I know, but like I feel like that Diddy is obviously the extreme. Like everybody around him would have known he did.
Dude, how
weird
else do you
stuff.
think people like that get away with it for as long as they do a lot of the times? It's because they're so unexpecting that people trust. They gain your trust somehow.
Yeah, or maybe he would just blackmail people after they participated or knew about
Who
it.
knows?
or-
Who? I'm mainly talking about this Lou Pearlman guy. Like,
Yeah, well,
like
no,
for him-
like even him, right? Like I have no
Yeah.
idea.
dude, because like he's gonna pull you in somehow, and they have to be charismatic at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Everybody so far on this thing is always like, man, I just trusted him.
Dude,
I
honestly,
trusted him. Every
like-
single person's like, I trusted him. I trusted him. It's like, man, that's crazy.
Stories like that just make me think about how crazy the human mind can be, not only for one, a person that has the ability to do these types of things and be able to manipulate people without them really noting that they're being manipulated, as well as being on the other end of it and having someone be able to manipulate your mind into believing that they're doing what's best for you and this and that, when at the end of the day it's all completely manufactured. Like, it's just crazy that like there's two sides of the same coin. You know what I mean? It's just like on one end, you're the person doing it, and on the other end, you're the person receiving it. And it's just like it's crazy on both ends because it's like, first off, how could somebody go around and do that to people? And then on the other hand, how do you not realize it's happening to you?
Yeah, dude, and that's the thing,
You know,
man.
it's crazy,
Nobody
right?
knew. It's
Yeah,
so
that's
fucking
the
crazy.
craziest thing to me. It's just like because that's what where I sometimes I dive deep into it because I'm trying to figure out the mentality of not only the accused but of the accuser, and how what switches are being flipped on either side to make the outcome the way dude, it's nutty, and I can never figure it out, obviously, because I don't even know how my brain works. So
Yeah, like let alone trying to figure out how other people's do. But
exactly.
yeah, dude, it is so crazy. Like I knew nothing about any of like that stuff, and just like watching it and like hearing them talk. Like so, there had like some of the Backstreet Boys on there, and they're like talking about like how when they were coming up, and like dude, they just like basically lived in Germany for 2 years and got like really famous in Germany before they were even famous in America. And then like that's like when I guess they
Formula,
came
bro.
back. It was like Backstreet Back, and that's like when they like first got big in America. But like, dude, this guy, like, he was just like making it seem like he had all this money and like it was just like this enormous Ponzi scheme. Like, dude had like basically scammed, like defrauded banks and fucking like took over $500 million from like private investors, fucking all this shit. Like, dude, it's so fucking crazy. Like, they're talking about how he like started up this like blimp fucking business, and then he ended up like all of the blimps ended up crashing within like a couple months, and like that's when the Backstreet Boys got to be fucking famous, because he took all of the money from the fucking like insurance fraud and like pumped it into making the Backstreet Boys. And dude, he like literally he had them like touring all over fucking America for like a year straight on the bus. They didn't even get to go home for Christmas. Dude, they went and they were in Germany playing like all these fucking concerts and weren't even like allowed to come back for Christmas, bro. Like all this shit. And he was doing it all. And then they got so pissed, right? Because after they'd like actually made it, the NSYNC guys got $10,000. They'd like sold out like all these like world tour shows. They got $10,000, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? They thought that this homeboy was like scamming them, but it's because he just like basically like made some fucking deal with like the label that put them out, and like signed a horrible deal just so they would get big. And he made like the same amount of money, dude. He was like flying the like it's honestly, even if you give two fucks about any of that music, which clearly I do not care about any of that music, but I like stories. And it is a fucking story.
Oh yeah,
Like,
dude.
it is a story. The dude, the amount of people
You
that
know what's
he was like,
crazy?
oh,
You know what's crazy, Chris? Is there's so many more of those stories within the music industry, bro.
oh yeah, no doubt. I'm sure.
This is just the one
I'm
that we're hearing
sure.
about right now, bro. Because, like, dude, it's like not only like that in the pop industry. I'm sure it's like that in the rock industry, in the hip hop industry. Like, you know what I mean? It's well, obviously we know what's happening in hip hop. Diddy,
Yeah.
that just happened. But yeah, dude, it's all part of the game, man.
Yeah, dude. Like this dude just, I was like, I was blown away by so many parts so far of this thing. Like, I'm pretty sure that the last one's just going to be like after he gets caught. It's like I don't care that much. For me, I'm like, I was really invested in the first two episodes because I was learning all this brand new shit that I had no idea about.
Yeah,
And
it's
like
like
you're
we just
seeing like
you
all
just
these
knew he stole
bands.
money from people. You didn't know it was this elaborate.
Dude, I didn't even know that he stole money. I knew nothing about that. Nothing. I had never even heard of this dude. I never heard about when he got
Well, you think you're
busted.
gonna be going out telling everybody you got ripped off? I don't think I would.
Oh well, I mean, no, but like it
Not until I at least
it would have
recover.
been big news though, like pre 2010, like because
Well, yeah, if somebody found out.
no, and they did, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like I can't believe I never heard. I didn't even know. Like I was completely oblivious to it all. So it's been quite interesting. And there's a lot of like very early footage too, which I also was like, wow, they're like really like at the time it was like
They were
mid
young, dude.
90s. They were like really ahead of the game, dude. It seemed like
They were
you
on
see
it.
like fucking what's the dude Nick Carter? Nick Carter. He was the guy in Backstreet Boys, right?
Mhm.
Dude,
He's one of
he's
those.
like fucking 5 foot tall, if that, and he's like singing, and you're like, this is crazy, bro. Like this kid was away from his family. And then like the craziest part is like they ended up leaving this guy's like contract whatever thing because they were like we're getting scanned, and then his fucking younger brother ends up being another dude that this guy brings onto the scene. I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Like Nick Carter and Aaron
Oh yeah,
Carter were
dude.
the same
The
agency
Aaron
brought them
Carter
out or whatever.
situation didn't end well for anybody, man. R.I.P. Dude.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. I
Dude,
so
honestly, bro, that kid's career, bro, because he shot up real quick there for a minute, and then, dude,
Just
spiral,
flash in the
bro.
pan. That was it. Like,
And it was just a bad spiral after that.
yeah.
maybe he
It's
went to
that
a
one.
TD party.
It's that one. Well, I'm sure he probably. Who knows, dude? I'm not gonna make any accusations, but at this point, who knows? But dude, it's just crazy. That's the one thing about like fame that always just like fucking baffles me, bro. Is just like when it comes to like child stars and like people that become famous at like a really young age, dude. There's not very many of them that make it out on the other end looking better,
Or they're like
sometimes.
squeaky
Yeah,
clean the whole way through.
yeah, like not saying that we all obviously everybody fucking dabbles in some things, but I just always feel like way more of them end up coming out on the other side not as well as we would have hoped,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Macaulay
Well, I guess
Culkin, we're
that
looking
part
at
of
you.
that is like just when money.
Dude, he's actually made a
fame-
turnaround, bro, where he's actually kind of got
Who's
his shit
that?
together. Macaulay Culkin.
Well, dude, even other people that have been successful the whole time, but they still had like they've been in the news and all that stuff. Dude, somebody like Shia LaBeouf, that guy was famous from a long time ago,
Oh yeah,
and like he went through some weird shit. But like,
Lindsay Lohan.
yeah, and
Yep,
apparently
she came
she's
back.
coming back.
Yeah, they did a new
Planet
Freaky
Fitness
Friday,
gave her a
didn't
glow
they?
up.
And is she the mom?
No, what's her name's still in it too?
Jamie Lee Curtis is still in it?
Yeah, they're both.
Oh,
in it.
really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's
I didn't
out
know
yet,
that.
but I know they like I've seen like things about them filming it.
There's
What
probably
else?
countless more
Who
people
else?
though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
Dude, you know the one that kind of fucking's been blowing my mind recently because for some reason he's just popping up on my feed, and this dude's fucking lost his fucking mind, bro. Did you guys ever see that show with That's So Raven back in the day?
Yeah. With Raven
Remember?
Simone.
Yeah, remember the guy Orlando Brown from that show? Like he was like her friend. I forget what his name was in the fucking show.
I'll tell you. I'll Google it.
But anyways, that guy Orlando Brown's fucking lost his mind, dude. He's like out there saying some freaky shit about some crazy about some people, talking about he's been playing with people's booty holes and stuff, and like getting with like Ray J, and he's talked about, he was saying stuff about Diddy too a long time ago too, bro. But dude, he said been saying wild shit. So much so I seen a clip earlier where he's like on this guy Adam 22's podcast with like this other gang member. I don't extra something. Don't really know who he was. But dude, he was saying some wild shit, and the gangster guy was not having it, bro. He's like, bro, he's like, I'm about to sock you out. You're saying some wild shit. And like he just was like egging him on. I'm like, dude, this guy's fucking out of his mind, bro. I would have said a goddamn word, bro. I would have shut right the fuck up. Anyways, I thought you guys might have seen some of these clips because he's been doing this for like the past few years, just like coming up on my feed randomly for saying some viral shit, I guess.
I actually had to like go and I couldn't remember exactly what he looked like, but then once I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, that dude. His name is Eddie Thomas.
Huh?
In the
Oh,
show.
in the show, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now that I'm seeing like the pictures of him when he was younger.
Yeah, that's what I did do. So it was like showing me stuff from That's So Raven because I recognized the mom.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
like
no, that's
he's who I thought he was once I saw the picture. I was like, oh, okay, that kid.
But yeah, dude, it's definitely that'd probably definitely be somebody who's more into like hip hop culture and that sort of stuff. So you guys might not have been as tapped in. Like I told you guys before, I watch a bunch of random shit about all kinds of stuff. Like, dude, I've been listening to people talk about like football this past season. Like, I actually watched it and knew what teams were doing what.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm listening to this like I fucking know who they're talking about or what. I don't understand it. It's like I don't why am I even listening to this? I don't even know what this is about right now.
Well, I mean, I get it. It's like why on earth was I like drawn to watch that Dirty Pop?
Yeah.
I have no idea why, but I'm not upset that I did. I don't know anything about any of these people, so it's like all new. I guess that's interesting, but like I kind of feel you. Like I feel like I have no business watching that. Maybe you feel you have no business watching stuff
Oh.
about sports.
Have I told you guys, or have you guys seen it at least yet? The episode with Theo Vaughn and Cat Williams?
On what, Joe Rogan's podcast?
No. Cat Williams on Theo Vaughn's podcast. It was just the two of them. Dude.
No, I've not.
It is one of the funniest fucking conversations I've listened to in the longest time, bro. Because Theo's obviously being Theo and Cat is being Cat. But they're letting each other be each other. And it's the fucking funniest shit, dude. It's fucking hilarious. Because like there's some shit that fucking Theo says, bro, that you literally Cat breaks, bro. He can't not laugh at him. You know, because sometimes he says some shit and you're like, damn, dude, like you might, if you say that to the wrong person, they might get you. But Cat also knows he's saying it just to be funny, so he's like, bro, he's like, you might be a fucking genius. Like, dude, there's one clip in particular, bro. Honestly, I kind of want to pull it up and show you guys just so you can see it. Hold on. Let me get this pulled up. Because, dude.
And this is on YouTube, that thing you were just talking about?
Yeah, YouTube, Spotify, whatever.
Okay.
But this clip is my favorite clip of all time. Oh. Let me see if this is going to work.
Experiment time.
All right, let me see here. You guys see it?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Because they're all black.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
We need more of that. We need everybody.
Diversity in the duck world.
Oh, yeah, dog. I'm sick of seeing these swans, bruh. You know what I'm saying? These rich, long neck mother, bruh.
No, we have geese too.
But I'm just saying, we need some bangers in there, dog.
Yeah,
You know, we
yeah.
need some dark ducks in this.
Yeah.
Bring up a couple of black ducks, man. I would love to see those right now. Because I'm used to seeing mallards, I've seen for sure, but I've never seen some really good darker ducks. So that's a beautiful one right there. A Western black.
That's an all black duck.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. But mine are.
Oh, that's Mallard Luther King right there, bro. That thing dark as hell, dude. Sorry, bro.
You're gonna make a great black guy. Mallard Luther. That could be his name. It's beautiful because
Mallard Luther King, bro.
That's
You
gold.
just saw Cat Williams like spin around backwards. He's just like, oh, God.
Because he couldn't believe he just heard him say that, but he also couldn't
Had to
not
respect
give
it.
him credit or
Yeah.
respect what it was. Because, dude, what else would? And that's why it's like, yeah, what else would you call that duck? That's his name.
That's the homie now.
But and he also, because have you ever seen the clip of Theo walking out of like a Michaels or something like that? And he's talking about, he's like, hey man, he's like, I got myself a Cat Williams doll over here at the Michaels, and he's walking out, and it's a black Nutcracker statue, where it's
Oh,
like
okay,
the like
yeah.
Nutcracker guy from like Christmas time, but you know, with the darker complexion. But he also kind of looks like Cat Williams, and he was like, he posted that clip, and like it went viral, and he hadn't like talked to Cat since then, and since he was on the show, Cat brought it up or whatever. They started talking about it. I was like, hey, yeah, you got a statue of me at your house. And he's like, oh yeah, I do. And then he's like, he asked him, he's like, so was that like a brand deal you did with them? Like, how'd they get the rights to have statues of you in there? And like he was like being like so serious with him, bro. Oh, dude. If you want to laugh for a good minute, bro, it's worth listening to, dude.
Those are two funny motherfuckers.
For real,
Yeah.
bro. It's like two opposite ends of the spectrum meeting, but also having a good time. You know what I mean?
It's like sweet and sour candy.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful thing. Speaking of beautiful things, all beautiful things must come to an end, and this beautiful thing called the Shedtime Podcast is coming to an end. So with that, I want to thank y'all for tuning in, checking us out. We do really appreciate it. Y'all really do mean the world to us. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Uncle Chris to start bringing us home.
Well, thank you for coming on the ride. Appreciate everybody, of course, as always. Check us out Friday nights on Frank Shanklin Vapor's YouTube channel. Come by, kick it for the green room. Of course, go to shedtimepodcast.com where you can get all the information about this podcast or Patreon, all sorts of different stuff. I think that's everything for me. So everybody be safe, have a good week, and live your best life. I'll throw it over to James.
As always, huge shout outs to the Shedheads for your guys' continuous support. We greatly appreciate you. Make sure you're leaving those 5-star reviews on all those podcasting platforms. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Check out the Shedtime Studios on YouTube if you want to get video, or if you want to get early access video, check out the Patreon over at shedtimepodcast.com or patreon.com/Shedtime Podcast, I'm guessing.
I believe that's correct. But
If
link
not-
at shedtimepodcast.com.
Yeah, with all that being said, and as I always do, sending out all those positive vibes. Crisp High Fives. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them. And as always, a little bag or dab will do you.
That is a fact, my friends. So one last time, Shedtime Podcast has everything at shedtimepodcast.com. Real simple. You can find Patreon. You can find links to the merch store, links to the green room at the Frank Shanklin Vapor channel, and so much more. So with that, I'm going to tell you, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is you do, try and have some fun, because it's the Shedtime Podcast, and it's time to blow one up and blow one out. And with that, we are done.